All right, so some of you may have seen this thing before. This is the Gladiator, and today I'm gonna take these fender flares off, strip them down, and put on. It's from American Adventure Lab. It's like their fender chop kit. So I've already pulled out the fender liner on this one. I had this out. I've had this fender liner out for years because I pulled it out so that I could do some electrical work over here and just check on the harness, make sure that the harness was good. And I just never put the fender liner back in because I was always planning on doing the fender chop. I just don't know why it's taken me this long, but it's taken me this long. So yeah, there's 3 10 millimeters, one there, one up here, and then one over there somewhere, right there, I think. And then you got a bunch of clips that go along here and a few down there, one over there, and then we got to get rid of these rivets. And then once that's done and off, that liner comes out, and then I got to pop the fenders off and then remove all of this gobbledygook. And yeah, I'll try and remember to record the steps as I go along. I'm not really good at doing all this recording stuff, so I'll give it a shot. Stay here. Stick with me. Oh, there I go again. So these plastic clips just need to pop out. You can see a bunch of them broke. You know, they're old, they're brittle. That's what happened. So I got to clean all this out, get these out. There's the flare. So one thing I noticed that's different about my flare than others is that, well, I've got a diesel. And this appears to be some kind of, I'm not entirely sure, but you can see that it's got these air louvers or air intakes or something here. This is like some kind of baffle. And very interestingly, this right here, this rubber seal, is air intake. This goes straight into my intake box. Oops, there we go, better camera angle. This is air intake. This goes straight into my air intake box. So I'm really curious if that actually matches up with this guy here, because I believe it does. I believe that puts it right about here somewhere, right about here. So I'm not sure if this truly is a baffle for the intake, but it sure looks like one, and I haven't seen these in some of the videos that I've watched. Oh, look at that. There's an old carpenter bee. So I guess next thing to do is to get the light assembly out and strip the innards of this fender. Get it all stripped out. Yep, that's next. Okay, relatively cleaned up. That's fine. This guy, this was not fun, truthfully. So it's got a little keeper on here, this little guy, yeah, and that little lock is supposed to aid you in being able to compress this and pull. But there was a piece on this other side that was kind of had this locked in place, and that was really difficult to deal with. It just didn't want to unplug. That was not fun, but it did unplug. I got it. Probably a good idea to maybe spray it with a little interior quick detailer or something to soften up the plastic just a little bit to make it a little more malleable. I didn't bother. I'm always in a rush to get things done. I don't do things slowly. Usually end up creating problems for myself by doing it that way. So I got to remind myself, slow down. All right, so don't forget this little screw here. It's a plastic one. It's kind of odd, but you've got to take this guy out. And then once you get this guy out, you've got to deal with the wiring harness that runs through all of this. So you got to disconnect all of this along here and separate this out. So I'll get this out, pop this face off. We'll get all of this stuff out. And then we got to peel the inner liner off the flare here. All right, so you can see that the light assembly's out. You can actually see the bolt holes here, 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 here. There's there. And do that again. Point at the holes again. There. The other one. There. Okay. There. There. Yep. There. And there. Okay, good. So take the fasteners out of that. That comes out. This stays here. It's actually like a bendy flap type deal, and that's where that plastic screw was. So now the next thing you do is you pop out this plastic piece here, and then you go along, so you can see that it separates now. This piece separates here, but if you go along and you can see all the plastic tabs that go all the way along there, you got to pop all of those out next. Those are the next things to do, and then this inner liner will come out. Yeah. All right, so you'll see this guy is ready for this to just come off, and I mentioned these tabs earlier, but if you look at, oh, there's my beautiful little daughter. If you look, here's that this is the same Fender, but you'll notice that all the little tabs there are trimmed off. And you can see this is what it looks like without the inner liner inside. I actually already have pre-done flares. I bought them a little while ago off of Facebook Marketplace, but this one's got some kind of like plastic, something's going on with the plastic where the black has come out of it. I keep trying to coat it to see if I can bring it back, but I don't think so. I think somebody trying to use a heat gun on it or something like that and just ruined it. But this is next. All right, so this is the underskin of the fender liner, or of the fender itself. And you can see all the little tiny markings on these raised dots here, or these raised pieces, the moldings. All those little things there, they're all like a little tiny plastic welded point that if you come over here, you can see the corresponding ones on this. This is not my Fender. This is the one that I bought off Facebook Marketplace. And I'll show you the difference between mine and this one, because I just put mine up here for a test fit. There it is. And you'll notice it was hanging all by itself. And it was hanging by itself because I left that pin in. That pin is actually very important. And you'll notice I have the pin. This one does not have a pin in it for some reason. So I'm not sure why, but maybe that's an older model. I don't know, but I definitely am going to continue keeping that pin. You can see it goes right in that hole right there. Loop. And you know, that's just sitting there. I don't have the clips on it or anything, but there it is. And here's the brackets. This is American Adventure Lab. I chose the smoked lens because I think it'll look better. Thank you for holding it, my little helper. So you can see it's the smoked lens. It's very interesting that that the American Adventure Lab Fender chop light, that one of the main differences between that one and Quake is that Quake says that their smoked lens is DOT approved, whereas American Adventure Lab says theirs is not. Here's the old factory lens, and look at that. Look at all that buildup there. That's actually some kind of foam, it feels like. Yeah, there's foam there. So I'm gonna clean this up, and the side marker lens is right over here. Oh, watch out, sweetie. And you can see that on the little harness, this dongle right here, this little guy, that dongle is where this plugs into. So But yeah, this is all out. It's all separated. This is the inner skin to the fender flare. It's all been removed. And we have the flare up and on the Jeep. Here, sweetie, step back, please. Thanks. We have it on the Jeep. Now we're gonna fit this guy on and see what it looks like. All right, so I got the fender all clipped in. I'm gonna peel it down so you can see. And you can see that it's super flappy right now. But there will be a bracket here with the light here, and that will take up all of this. But this will tighten up a little bit with that bracket, but it stays kind of floppy still, so yeah. All right, things take a bit of fiddling. The bracket's in, and that's fine. But I don't know if you can tell, the lighting's not that great. Maybe it's better for you, but you can see I got a little bit of this going on. So I need to drill this hole to attach this here. Once that's there, everything's good. But you can see the wiring is plug and play. It just plugs right in. So yeah, it looks good. But unfortunately, since it's oh yeah, there you go. There's a difference right there between the two. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Well, now that's a big difference. That's a very big difference. That looks good. I'm really happy with that. That looks hella good. Yeah, that looks great. Fantastic. All right, so clean up wiring. Drill that little end right there and put the bolt through. And this side's done. All right, so yesterday I did this fender chop, and it looks great. Super stoked. I started on this side, and I quickly realized that I actually didn't have enough clips to get this all done. I ordered clips from Amazon, and I think I lost one of the bags. I can't find it anywhere in my garage, which is kind of crazy. But also, when I placed that order, I don't know, 3 years ago. So yeah, it's kind of my fault. Anyways, so I'm waiting on those clips to come from Amazon today. So while I'm waiting for that, because I can't finish this install, I mean, technically, I guess I could mount the light assembly and then click everything on, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to wait to mount the light after I click that into place. So I might as well start on the rears and get these liners out and get this all trimmed out so that so that the rear is ready to match the front. So this is pretty straightforward. There's only a couple clips in here. There's one here. There's one up here somewhere. Might not even be able to see it just because things are dirty, but there's one up here somewhere. I don't know where it is. And then there's one here, one way up in here. So I think there's those 3 clips, and then you've got these rivets. And then it pops off with the same kind of clips like these guys in here, these kind of clips. So it attaches the same, but it should be really easy to take those off. I think within the first 6 months, somebody had backed into me over here, and the body shop took care of the work, but this side seems a lot flappier than the other side, so it feels to me like maybe they just reused the clips. They were supposed to replace the flare, but they never did, because you can see the impact on the flare in that kind of the rippling that happens. If I don't wash it and treat it every couple weeks, it definitely has a different kind of color to it. than the rest of the flares. So that was frustrating, but at the same time, you know, body shops. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget these guys, because I almost did. Okay, so all the rivets are out. All the rivets are out. And I forgot to tell you about, there's a clip right there. So there's one, there's two, there's three, and the fourth one is right there. So there's 4 plastic Christmas trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rivets and 3 9mm screws, and the liner comes right out. So the liner comes out, you gotta kind of just peel it out. And it peels out. Oh man, make that 5 clips. I forgot about that one too. So there's 5 Christmas trees, 3 9mm screws, and 9 rivets for that rear flare. Let's get that last one out there, and then we should be good. That liner will come out. All right, so it's off the truck. These are the only 3 clips I was able to save, and this is the reason why I'm waiting on clips. You need to disconnect at least this rivet for this bracket here. You can leave the other rivet on because that's still attached to kind of the inner liner, but definitely that one there, and you got to take both of these off. So this bracket's got to come off, but I'm just poking them out, both of them, on both sides. That one there, and then that one over there. Both of them, I'm just gonna pop those rivets out, and it just makes it easier. And also, I use a pick. That's all I use for these. I just center it. I just get it nice and centered on the pin in the center there, and I push down, and it pops out. That's the best way I've found to do it. People say, oh, you use a drill bit, it's faster, and that's fine if you want to do that. But I genuinely don't have any interest in doing that. This is faster. This little guy is just, I use it for a lot of stuff. All right, so since this is kind of just like the front fender, you've got to get rid of all of these tabs here. And if you notice, these tabs are all wet, and that's from the body shop spraying something on them. I'm not sure what the body shop did, but anyways, I just take a razor blade and slice those guys right off, because you still got to trim them anyways, to get the smooth finish along the liner once you have removed the inner fender liner. All right, liner has been removed. For some reason, the liner on the rear flares is a little bit more difficult to pop off. And you can see all the different points of adhesion. Just, you know, it's like little tiny blobs of plastic weld. But that's it. It's out. It's off. And then the thing we need to do is we need to go along and we need to trim up all of the edge there where these tabs used to be, right in here along this edge. See, there's a good one right there that needs to be trimmed. Okay, so that's the only fender flare that's still on right now. Everything else is still off. I'm waiting on clips. So I painted this with like a flat black to try and hide that a bit. That's the part that gets trimmed anyways when people want to go up to like a 40. They want that extra tire clearance there. You know, like this guy gets cut back, that gets lopped off, that little corner gets lopped off. So anyways, you can see I still have the tape on. That I just finished painting that over there. Get that all up and off, and now I'm just waiting on clips. I would like to finish the install on this, but I can't finish the install until that's clipped in. So almost done. Called my local Jeep dealership. They want $3.04 per clip. I need 23 clips. That's a lot of money for Fender flare clips that I ordered on Amazon for 30 pack for $12. So Amazon, I ordered it last night because they said it would be here by 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it's 2:30 now and they still haven't arrived. So really wanted to have this done because I've got a few jobs that I need to go to. And technically I can take the Tacoma if I want to. I just don't want to because I don't have a toolbox in the Tacoma. And this has all my tools. So, I mean, I know that I can keep using the excuse that I'm having knee surgery in 2 days, but I really could use these last few days to knock out a few jobs before I'm out of commission for a little bit. All right, everything's in, everything's tight, everything's plugged in. The Fender chop is complete. The American Adventure Labs, I went with smoked. I know their website says they're not DOT legal, but I mean, I don't know why they're not DOT legal. They say why, but I still don't know why. Because Quake, their Fender chop kit, the smoked lens is DOT approved, whereas American Adventure Labs, they say their lights are they're just too dim, that they don't meet DOT standards, but the light output is exactly the same between the two. So not sure what that means, but I went with smoked because it looks better. And yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna start it up so you can see what it looks like. All right, there she is. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, the Fender chop, definitely from a visual standpoint, really makes the Jeep look taller or bigger, whatever you want. I mean, I'm on 37s, so I feel like it definitely looks really good this way. Once I put the 37s on, I knew I needed to do the Fender chop, and I've been eyeing this project for quite some time, years actually. So I'm glad I finally got it done. I've been trying to knock out some small stuff before my knee surgery here, just so that I don't know, I feel accomplished while I'm just sitting around doing nothing. But anyways, American Adventure Lab, Fender chop, light kit, looks good. These are the smoked lenses. Everything looks great. Yep. All right. Well, that's another one done. So pretty happy with the results. Pretty happy. All right. Have fun, y'all.